check. Oh. Yes, it is.
Looking at the Z as two opposite sevens.
Looking out upon the shore, I found balance and so much more. It's getting clearer all the time. All we see are all these dead straight lines, and show me what's in reality. And I won't compromise between the truth and lies. This is where I make my stand. Please don't take me to your la-la land. It's all about geometry. All we see is horizontally. Show me what's in reality, and I won't compromise between the truth and lies. Show me what's in reality, and I won't compromise between the truth and lies. Reality is all I see. I don't need your fantasy. I've had enough of sophistry. I'll find my own philosophy. Reality is all I see. I don't need your fantasy. I've had enough of sophistry. I'll find my own philosophy, and you can bend reality into what you think your cognitive sees. Something's happening to me. Don't remind me of how things used to be. We don't need no sycophants. Aren't we all just so sick of that?
And we are live. Welcome everybody. It is Thursday, Euclid night. I'm going to be going out again to film another sunset. So I won't be able to do whatever until a bit later. So we're just getting this kicking off. Discussion's open for everybody to come in and have a discussion about it. The topic for tonight is the horizontal paradox. The horizontal paradox being because Red's rhetoric is asking me for a debate rather than just having a chat about realising Euclid. He wants to turn it into a debate. He wants to showcase his globe skills. as such, I've said, well, I have no model except the Euclidean geometric model, in which, because we've already done this with the realizing Euclid, I could state I'd be quite happy to say that horizontal planes do exist in reality. That's the claim I make, which may seem fantastic, you know. Wow, Bev says horizontal planes exist. Well, they do in reality, and they don't on the globe model. So the horizontal paradox being, there is no paradox in reality. So if you ever hear somebody say, well, there is no paradox, and you say, good. So then we can agree that you do actually, or you can actually establish a horizontal plane in reality. It's when they find out that the conceptual globe model that they have doesn't allow that. It takes a little bit of thought and logic and all of that, but it is a very simple concept for you to grasp hold of, or for anybody to grasp hold of, really. Sometimes it seems too simple, and sometimes it's the fact that it is that simple that people can't realize that it is. So a horizontal paradox, as far as I'm concerned, it only exists in the minds of the globe Earth believer, right? The hardcore ones. In normal people that live their day-to-day life, they won't be aware of the geometric implications of something that's so self-evident in reality. But I mean, that's just me. I might be a little bit strange. I may just be able to see a little bit more geometrically. I always said I thought, you know, I could understand geometry because it makes sense. You can't really lie or mess around with it. Somebody in the chat says, I've realized the model is purely in the mind, and people attempt to realize it with optics and no measurements. Yeah. It's one of the things we've been talking to a few of the people, I think mainly people like Brenda, but they can realize thoughts whilst they're still in the conceptual thought stage, which I find is, I don't know, sounds a little bit strange to me, but I've always thought that I'm a little bit different, but I always thought that everybody thinks that they're a little bit different. Maybe they're the only ones that think like this, and everybody else thinks like everybody else, or the people that you're arguing against. I think it's part of the human condition to imagine that you are maybe the one that's wrong or whatever. And there seems to be a group of people that take advantage of that with no actual proof. I call it sophistry, but it's not really sophistry, because they're sophists. I mean, everybody knows somebody like this. Somebody knows everything about everything. Well, that's what I call a sophist, is somebody who has the ability to make it appear like they are an expert in everything, even when they don't know anything about the actual subject. Just a periphery view of it, you know, like a cursory glance at it is all they need to establish superiority over you on that particular subject. Yeah, Adam says he's the different one. Everyone thinks that they're the different one. But you always imagine that you're the one that's well, I don't know that. I guess there are a group of people that always imagine that they are under everybody else. Everybody else is always much more intelligent, much more better looking, much more wealthy, much more freer or whatever. It doesn't matter. Everybody else, there's a group of people like that. And I think there's also a group of people that imagine they're much better than everybody else. There's got to be the polar opposites of these types of people. I've noticed that there are definitely people with differing views, like the horizontal paradox. Because if you live in reality, as far as I'm concerned, you know how to establish these basic facts, and that there is an understanding that these basic facts come from a framework of understanding. That comes from somewhere. Well, geometry and mathematics come from the same place. It's not that the horizontal and vertical and number 1 and 10 weren't already there, because they were. Somebody gave them a name and gave them this understanding, gave the person the understanding to be able to come to terms about these things. So when there's an understanding of what these things are, then we can build upon that. Seems to have been lost just recently, to the ridiculous state where people now debate about words and the meaning of words. Seems a little bit silly to me, but so that's the question today. Is I'll get some geometric back in when we come back here later on to point it out. We did have Chaiki in here last night, and I tried to work it through with him, but it seems like it gets a little bit too tough with the understanding of learning that horizontal planes either can or cannot exist. And it's as simple as that. I don't expect many globe model believers to come in tonight, because this is a hard one to challenge. But the question is, if the globe model states that you cannot, something about science, I think Chaiki gave us some logic as well that we'll go over. In a bit. I'm going to have to start getting on the road in a bit. Yeah, so we'll go over the logic and all of that, of the fact of either it can be or it can't be. Now, the consequences of this could be established, and hopefully that if we can establish it, then I might be able to end up with a debate and learn how to express this horizontal paradox and the realizing Euclid tests within a debate format with Red's rhetoric. So the question is, the horizontal paradox, if there is no horizontal paradox, does that mean flat Earth? And if you do have a horizontal paradox, does that mean globe Earth? Simple question, isn't it? I reckon I can open the floor up to you guys while I start getting ready.
I would say that this is false dichotomy.
Yeah, but I mean, they either are or are not establishable in reality, right? It's just the consequences of it to the people within this arena, right? In order for me to be able to establish a debate, that's where I'm trying to go, Paper.
Yes,
Yeah.
I meant that globe versus flat Earth. This is false dichotomy because horizontal is or not is, but it doesn't mean that if there are no horizontals, that necessarily means that we have a globe. So
Yeah, I'm trying to keep it more simple. Like there either is the paradox or there isn't the paradox. That's as simple as I can make it, I think. And if you are then talking to a globe Earth believer that says there is no paradox, then he's obviously forgetting about his globe model or doesn't understand the geometric consequences of his globe model. It's one or the other. It's very, I think, and as I've been told, if it's not a globe, then you're a flat earther, aren't you? I mean, that's the only other way it can possibly be. I'm only going off what I've been told recently by a load of people. I've been on Twitter for a while.
So this is false dichotomy because it doesn't mean that you are flat earther.
I
But
want a debate with Red's rhetoric, please. I know I'm not a flat earther. I've always said that, and I always will be. I'm just trying to get everybody to agree that if it's no paradox involved in the horizontal paradox, then horizontal planes exist in reality and there is no paradox. That's the only way to get out of the horizontal paradox, is to go with reality. But a lot of people who have a globe say that can't happen. Is it that there's extra levels of this sort of stuff, or that it's so easy to work it out, or am I making it complicated?
For me, this is easy.
Yeah. Let me jump on my phone. Right, I'm moving over my stuff now. So carry on if you will. Any topic will do. If horizontal paradoxes, it'll be good though.
So do we have anybody here?
Yes, I have
Any
questions.
baller?
Baller, I don't think so. Maybe later.
Maybe we can talk about the double drop hump or the drop or the hump that blocks your view, but doesn't block your view somehow?
Yesterday, there was a conversation with Chaiki, and he brought a citation from Wikipedia, etymology of word horizon. So if you are Greek familiar, you can maybe resolve this problem, but etymology of this word, it is said in Wikipedia that horizon is derived from horizo or horizon kyklos. And it means for me that word horizon itself is just horizon, not kyklos, because you can use this word with other words, of course, and you can use this word with the kyklos also, which is cycle or circle. But further, it is written in this etymology that horizon, it means to put boundary to something or limit to something. And Chaiki, I'm talking about this because Chaiki said that this word horizon means describing a circle or something like that. I cannot remember his exact words, but maybe you can enlighten us about this meaning of this word itself.
Well, you did pretty good there, paper. Kyklos means circle. So maybe they meant where they are, they just turn around and they see horizon. Maybe that could be it. But kyklos does mean circle. So
yes, I guessed that, but horizon itself, it doesn't mean kyklos or horizon kyklos. There
definitely not. No.
You can put boundary to something else, not only the circle. You cannot you can describe this boundary as a circle, but you can also describe this boundary as a square, for example. And I would say that this word horizon or horizo would fit also boundary with the square. Correct me if I am mistaken, because I don't know what this word means exactly, and from what core it is in Greek.
Well, horizo means separate. Horizo. Now you have to understand there's a lot of modern day Greek words that are not the same as the old ones. So I'll have to look into that one. But horizo in Greek also means to separate. So it makes sense, right? If it's that, I'm just talking now, right? So to separate the sky from the ocean or the ground, right? The apparent, well, even saying apparent it's a horizon, right? The separation of the sky and the ground or the ocean.
But it doesn't mean that it has to be a circle in this word.
Absolutely not. I mean, come on, who would? Definitely not.
Because in Wikipedia is written that this word horizon is derived, it is not written that it means to describe a circle or whatever, but it is written that it is derived from horizon kyklos. And
I have to check that out. It's the first time I hear those two words together.
I think it is first entry in Wikipedia. It is horizon and some little down there. It is etymology. This paragraph called etymology. So This is one line in that.
Interesting. It doesn't change nothing. We know what the horizon is, but I'm going to look into it. That's for sure.
Because I think this is some kind of maybe not deception, but suggestion that in first sentence we have this deriving from Kyklos, and then further it is written that this is separation and it has nothing to do with circle. So I would say, with my conspiratory theory, that this author of this entry suggests to the reader that horizon has something to do with a circle in first place.
Absolutely, yeah. Those two words, if put together, suggests exactly that, yeah. Horizo kiklo, that means like literally separating circle. One of the meanings, like I said, I have to check out that word because a lot of words are ancient and some are new and some have changed slightly. But that's interesting that they have those two words together.
Yes, for me it doesn't make any sense because it's like, for example, to say that word to pull, pulling something from something. For example, word pull is derived pull the trigger. For me, this would be funny because pulling has can be attached to many things, not only to pulling the trigger. So if they are writing about horizo kyklos and nothing more, it would suggest to the reader that this is natural connection and idiomatic communication, that this is idiomatic expression. But I don't know if it is in reality. I think not.
Interesting, because words are like we were talking about before, that new philosopher that I mentioned to. Well, he's not new. It's just I haven't heard of him. Where he says words basically have no meanings because they have a sign, and each word could mean multiple things. And even if you talk about one word, then it breaks down to another word and another word, and like all confusion. Yeah. I say before you start a conversation or a debate, you come to terms with the words you're going to use. You be clear and concise, and if somebody doesn't understand the word you're using, you explain to them, this is the context how I'm using this word. Very simple. And there's a lot of people that think different things about the horizon. For example, there's people that think there's 3, 4, 5 different kind of horizons. Astrological horizon, solid horizon, this horizon, that horizon. Is there really?
Now I found in Wiktionary etymology from Old French horizon via Latin horizon, from ancient Greek horizon, from horos, boundary. So
what does it mean?
Boundary, horos.
Boundary.
Boundary.
Yeah, like a separation. Yeah, makes sense. Yep.
Yes, but nothing to do with the circle. I am
No, of
talking
course
about
not.
that because Chaiki brought this very convenient for him, but this was kind of sophistry from him, I think.
Yeah. What does a boundary do? It separates one thing from another, right?
Yes, like
This is
shape.
your land. This is my land. Yeah, it makes sense. Now, tying those two things together does not. Unless you have a ranch that's in a circle, right? And you have a circular boundary. But I haven't seen very many circular boundaries. I've seen most of them are straight lines, no? From this tree to that creek, and from this rock to that rock.
It's easier to measure with a square. Square. Circle is hard to measure.
Yeah.
So that was Chaiki yesterday.
Yeah, well, Chaiki is Chaiki. He'll argue anything. The other guy was nice too. Who was it that was telling us to measure a canal and to put the water level in the canal? Put one on a boat and one on the other boat. That's the easiest way. Who was that? Was that Alfag?
I am not sure. I didn't hear that. I think, or I have forgot. I cannot recollect now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was him. Yeah. He says the best way to do it is to put the water level not along the canal, in the canal. You have one boat on one side, one boat on the other, and you set them up on the deck of each boat to assure that to assure that the canal was level.
If it works, it means that this navigation with sextant is completely useless because they use horizon because they cannot use level or outer level or bubble level. They cannot use it on the boat because it is wobbling. So it is ridiculous.
Yeah, Chaiki has some view of canals. Who was it? Yeah, I believe it was Alfag. He said that a canal, 2 miles, I believe it was, calm, both locks locked, of course, that there is a hump in the center of this canal. Now, I don't know if anybody's aware, I'm sure everybody's aware of how locks work. And, the water absolutely is level when those doors are locked. I mean, that's the way they work. The boat goes in, the doors lock, the water is level, they pump in the water. As soon as it gets to the top, levels out, they open the other door, and so on and so forth. I've been talking about this for so long with the twin boat paradox. Now we have the horizontal paradox. We have the double drop hump. We have the two drops on either end of a canal, shut out blue. We have uphill rivers, shut out Kosho. Well, actually, Zanuck. This goes to Zanuck. We have quite a bit.
Many crazy inventions on the globe.
We also have distances from A to B traveled in a shorter distance than a straight line. Shout out Bob.
And Alphag.
Yeah,
Or Brenda, whatever.
yeah. We have 90-foot humps in the middle of Lake Rakia. Shout out Soundly and the boys. We have something traveling in a straight line and curving while stationary at the same time. Shout out Blue. What else? We got more stuff.
We have LIGO with curving concretes.
Yeah. We got concrete base of the LIGO. The concretes are curving. Down is every direction. We have, what else do we have? Superpositioning. Cat could be both dead and alive at the same time.
Can you elaborate on that? Because I don't associate this. What is superposition?
Oh, yeah. Superposition is a quantum term where something could be in all states at the same time. An example, a simple example would be a light being open and closed at the same time. Not sometimes closed and sometimes opened, but being closed and opened at the same time. Let's say, okay, let's put it this way. Let's say you had a flashlight in a box. Now, this says that the flashlight is both open and closed at the same time. And until you open that box, you don't know which one it is. You know, the famous Schrodinger's cat, both dead and alive at the same time? That's superpositioning in a nutshell.
This is not even science fiction, because science fiction is more realistic than that.
Yeah, it's total insanity. Yeah. But yet, this is a believed theory, a tested theory, they say, and yeah. Then there's the other one. I don't know if you heard about it, paper.
Which one?
Spooky action at a distance. Have you heard of that one?
No, I think so. That I don't.
Quantum entanglement.
I hope you are not offending me.
No. This is another one of their bull crap things, excuse my language, which is apparently the most proven thing and the most experimented thing in the world. Well, until I see it, I don't believe it. Basically, it says this, paper. It says that you can have a particle. That particle splits itself in half somehow, becomes two particles, gets entangled, and you can send one particle halfway across the universe and the other one here. Now, let's just say, think of it as one is spinning left and one is spinning right. Okay? One is spinning clockwise and one is spinning counterclockwise. Well, the theory goes that as soon as you observe one particle, because they're both in superposition, by the way, right? They're both spinning both left and right. So once you open the box and you observe one particle spinning clockwise, then you know automatically that the other one is spinning counterclockwise. But now this particle is halfway across the universe. Now, even Einstein didn't believe this one.
Oh, it is even more crazy.
Yeah, it's in sheer insanity. But they claim that they've done this in the laboratory, and it could be shown. But till I see it, I call it bull myself. That's just me.
I believe you. Your judgment is holds still for me.
Yeah, because it's not just an opinion, right? It's based on, well, it's based on the current speed of light, if we know what that is. Because in order for one particle to know what the other particle's spin is, that means information had to travel from this particle to the other particle. And if it's done instantly, well, light has a speed limit, right? So that just can't happen physically.
Yes, but this speed is for me this is bunk because I have read about this E equals mc squared, that it was not Einstein's statement. He didn't invent that equation.
No, like anything else, nothing is his, really, if you look
Yeah.
into it.
I've heard that it was Henri Poincaré or whatever his name, some French scientist. But in 19th century, they didn't dare to show that equation because they knew that they cannot prove speed of light. So no one from scientist area had audacity to express that equation. But this equation itself was very well known among scientists, but they didn't say that they can teach that equation because speed of light is not proven. But Einstein was just the first who had audacity to say that without proof, of course. And it is, for me, it is as far as I know, it is not proven till today, speed of light. So this is just imaginary equation.
Absolutely. Even they themselves say they don't know the one way. They say they know the two way, but yeah, even that's questionable. So yeah, those are some of the things that when I look at and I say, what? You're telling me you have a model? Look at all these holes. That's just some of the things, right? There's many more. So your model, the model is just sheer nonsense and speculation at best. In my opinion.
In mine also, it is completely incoherent, and I would say that Star Wars history is more realistic than this heliocentric model.
Yeah. We're spinning, you can't feel it. We're this, you can't feel it. We're that, but you can't feel it.
You have to feel it because we have a device. We have water level in our head. Two of them. The inner ear. Pardon my not scientific expression. I don't know how to express this medicine part of body, but we have a labyrinth. It's called labyrinth, and we have water level in 3 positions, in 3 planes. So human being can detect any deviation from level and any skew in position. So it is impossible that people that we are on the spinning globe and we cannot feel that. It is just impossible, biologically impossible.
Absolutely, I would tend to agree. And especially if this globe is spinning at 1,000 miles an hour or 800 where I'm at approximately. Yeah, that's just ridiculous.
Yes, and no material could hold together with that speed on outer rim. I have read some. It was posted as a film in YouTube in 2016, I think, and it was machinist's handbook or something like that, or machinist manual, and it was written that in these equations you have the most important is the speed of the outer rim. So when they are checking, these engineers are checking endurance of materials, they are counting on outer rim speed or outer rim velocity. So with that speed and that kind of radius, like 3,000 miles, Earth couldn't hold together any second.
No chance.
It would be torn apart immediately.
Not to mention their fantasy that it's in a vacuum. We won't even talk about that because it couldn't exist to begin with. But just the rotational speed, right? It's like it's comical. That is faster than the speed of sound. Faster than the speed of sound. And it's a rotational velocity. It's not linear. And we all know, right, that rotational velocity is constantly felt.
Yes, it has to be. Yes, because this is acceleration. We feel
Exactly.
this as acceleration because we are changing direction all the time.
Yep. So any way you slice it, there's just, your model. Sorry, I mean, I wish it was different, but it's not. Your model just doesn't make sense.
This model is stupid in very various ways.
Yeah, it's like a spaghetti sift, I call it. It's full of holes. Doesn't hold water. See, water is definitely their death nail, shall we say, of the model. And so is geometry. But even their own, sometimes I like doing that. Sometimes I like going in their model and their fantasy and showing them how their scientists have killed their model. like the Copernican principle, right? Copernicus.
Yep.
That what happened there was it was like a travesty for the globe model, for the Big Bang. I'm sure everybody's aware of the axis of evil. So it kills there, and not only did they do it once, twice, I think they did it 3 times. And all the findings show that the matter in so-called space, which should be evenly distributed, well, it's not. And not only is it not evenly distributed, it seems to be rotating around, guess what? Earth. So that's a big, big problem for the Big Bang. It dies right there. Just that alone, their own scientists using their own methods have killed their own model. I mean, it doesn't get better than that.
Because if they are trying to filling the gap, they are creating another gap in another place.
Yeah, that's what they do. They fill in the gaps. Dark matter, Newton, they proved them wrong. So then came Einstein, relativity. That was proven wrong. Gravity didn't work. So what did they do? Gap filler, like you say. They invented dark matter. And then they saw another anomaly. Wait a minute. This is supposed to be shrinking. It's not shrinking. It's expanding. Ah, no problem. We got that wrong too. Let's throw in some dark energy. So we're left with 5% of reality and real matter, and the rest, 95% of cosmology, is invented stuff.
Astrophysics and etc. This is just boring pseudoscience or science fiction.
It's all guess upon guess upon guess upon filler gap. Wonder how Bev is faring with the sun.
I've just watched the best Fata Morgana I've seen yet so far.
No
With a group
way.
of people.
Nice.
With an audience.
With an audience. Well, hello to the audience.
Yeah. Check this screen grab. Can you see? Can you see that?
Yes.
Yep.
Right. Can you see those black lines up in the sky? I reckon that's the Isle of Man in the Fata Morgana upside down.
No way. Nice.
We've literally just watched the Fata Morgana. Nobody knew what it was, but yeah, look at it. Isn't it amazing? Windmills upside down. We've got it filmed with the infrared as well. Do you work on the rig?
On the turbines.
Oh, nice. How big are they then? Like when you're looking at them from here, I mean, with these cameras, you're looking at it and they seem to get massive. They're huge.
100 meters is the tower, and the blade is 75. 70 meters.
How far in between them? Because we're like into perspective and stuff like that. When you look,
probably like probably about 500 yards or something like that.
Is it?
Between, yeah. They're quite close.
Yeah.
Like you transfer between one. So.
Nice. Yeah, they always seem to look a load bigger. What's that to the right of there? I'm gonna have to...
You get different. Well, the colours like mirror each other now. with that horizon. But like it's above and below.
I haven't got a clue. Like this isn't. I've never really seen this much, this high before for this long. Yeah.
We only have that over the next few days because it's going to be the same.
Well, we get tomorrow. We went to the beach yesterday to catch one. That's like right at the sea level, right? There was a bit of a Fata Morgana. We've caught one down at the sea, but like you look at that there, it's amazing. Can you guys see that?
Yes, I can see.
Yeah, yeah.
That's gotta be the land in the Fata Morgana. All inverted there.
We'll see better when you put it on the screen, but yeah, it looks that way.
It's amazing. I would have been back on the way home by now, but this is too good. Infrared as well. Amazing.
What are the people saying?
Oh, they were loving it. They were loving it. We were right by the camera as well, so it might have been recorded.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, live Fata Morgana. I'm pity you couldn't put it on with you guys, but I was talking to all of them. I was listening. Oh. So wait, if you're out there, would you say that is the Isle of Man? If it does flip it, what other landmass could there be out there? Because if you look at it,
Well, you've got like further up on the right. It's actually just been up there in the lakes today. You've got like parts of Scotland then come in, like Dumfries and that.
we couldn't be seeing Scotland over there, could
that's
we?
further up, so
Yeah.
it's got to be the Isle of Man if you see a land.
I mean, what I'm thinking is
Inverted.
like that band is only like that small, so maybe we're only seeing the peaks of Isle of Man. And
Oh
so
yeah,
both of them peaks.
it's flipped upside down, right?
It's not the entirety of Isle of Man, so maybe
No,
them peaks are one island. It's just we can't see it.
Yeah, there'll be different bits. There is some high bits and low bits, yeah.
Yeah, so we're only seeing two peaks.
Right, I'm gonna have to get this back here then for you guys. Looks like
Look at them windmills in they're having this.
Go on then.
Last time it was like one part.
Oh, I'm so excited, guys! It's fucking amazing.
There is a bit of
Are they?
over here as well.
Something in there.
What is that in front of you? Gas canisters?
Propane, yeah.
Yeah, don't be lighting any cigarettes, huh?
Not on the horizon. Is it like in
Well,
the
it'll
middle
be
of the
in,
windmills?
yeah, it'll be further back, won't it? It'll be like in the
Yeah, but it's not on directly the horizon. It's in the middle.
yeah.
Because you can see how the blades are turning and then it disappears.
Yeah.
So you
Can
follow a
we
blade.
focus it in?
Yeah, zoom it in. That was focused.
Yeah. You can see it if you
Can you let go?
So you can see it now on the blades. The
What do we
blades,
need? What do we need? Oh, yeah. It's in the middle, isn't it?
Two lines.
Oh yeah, hold that. Wrong way.
I'll try and get the focus right.
Get the focus right. Go on. That's good.
The only thing you might see on the left is like, yeah, that's
Yeah. That's got to be the peaks of See if he can. Have we got the camera on still? Yeah. Can you see that?
Yes, and very well too.
And look, right in the middle of it, there's a Fata Morgana, like weird refraction band right in the middle of that whole thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I think he's getting it with the infrared. Are you taking it off?
Yeah.
Go on. And see whether the infrared cuts the difference, you know, like between the actual and what the infrared does. That's amazing, that though.
What are we seeing now? The infrared one, or Bates has the infrared? Okay.
Yeah, Bates just setting the infrared up now. He's took the filter off it. I think he's putting it in black and white.
How do they spell what it's called? So,
Fata
Yeah.
Morgana, Fata Morgana, like the name Morgana. There'll not be much footage about it. There's not much talked
just
about
so
it
I can,
at
like,
all.
when I tell people.
Well, I'll be putting it on. I've got a few on the internet of where we've filmed them. This one will be going on there again as well. Yeah. In fact, I think we've hit upon something. You know, this area. I think, like I said, because it's we're in like a bowl.
Yeah.
And only when it's still. Yeah, you get that quite often, I'd say. It's yeah, it's got a big dark band in the middle of it. Are you recording that? Yeah. Good. Yeah, guys, check this one out.
It's like going through water.
Oh man, what a difference!
Check that out.
Oh
That's
yeah.
not got the filter on it, but you can see the Fata Morgana bit and the reflection underneath, can't you?
Way better.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes, reflection. Yes.
Look at those
Yeah.
blades. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll keep that. We'll keep recording this for a bit. We can't really just leave it, can we? At the minute.
It is too good.
Yeah. Leave it recording. You want to see the actual sunset. I caught it really well with this. I don't know what the infrared looked like.
I mean, with black and white, that's perspective.
Yeah.
I barely see it on that. It's like a mushroom.
Yeah.
And then, like,
In that one, did it? Oh, nice. Infrared mushroom.
Black and white here is better.
No, I'll leave it like that. Leave that one. That one's the normal. Then everybody gets to see the normal one. It does have a filter on it. It has your normal filter for the infrared.
Yes.
But yeah, look at that.
where to put this down here
We're on YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah. Try thinking.
Try thinking.
Yeah. It's like a battle club for debating as well and all sorts of stuff. There. Out in the field. I don't know what you can see like that, like on the tube. Maybe not too good. How long? Is it still going? Still looking good?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I'm on the phone and it looks good. I could imagine people on a computer.
So that's
All right. Yeah, no problem.
Oh,
See you
yeah.
later. Oh, fucking amazing. I'm going to have to come out again tomorrow, right? Asher speaking. Try again. Somewhere over that way. I think that's... No, in fact, if we go further that way, we might get it over the Isle of Man. Yeah? There you go. Sorted it out for tomorrow. No, that way.
We still need to go left.
That is amazing. Oh, yeah. I was saying to him, I said, the only way this can happen is with horizontal bands of air, like water. And they went, yep. Oh, yep.
Well, you can clearly see them. I mean, yeah. Travis would love this video. Shout out, Travis.
I was saying to him, I said, like, oh, look, he said it's flattening off at the bottom there. And they were saying, what? I said, look at it, it's flattening. I said, normally what happens is after a while of it flattening into this one, it comes up from the bottom. They went, no. Like, watch this. And it does it. It rises from the bottom, and it completely finished going upwards of true Fata Morgana, as you can see within this.
I think tomorrow maybe. I think it may be a single day of the year.
Last day of the year, I think. Yeah, tomorrow. Rain comes after tomorrow, so I'm pleased we got this today, though. Is that still doing it? Still got the Fata Morgana on it. Looks like it's still in here. Can you put it in the middle of that big, massive group of them, Bade?
I've got it where the rain is. So,
Look how high that is. Yeah, look, it's gone higher.
We'll just keep on. Turn.
Can you see that?
Well, that looks good, man. Better than the other one. It like seems to cut the haze or fog, whatever that is.
Yeah.
I think slow, like fade away. It doesn't like cut out. So it's slowly goes back into.
Look at it. That's infrared
Even
without the filter.
Wow, that's looking cool, man. Nice.
Even the
in
front
black.
ones. Look at the front blades.
Yeah.
Like you see the line there. Oh, I can't wait to see that on the screen, man. Wow.
Look how high it's going. It's all wobbly. It's like the Fata Morgana's really high up there. It's right at the top.
Yeah.
Now.
Cool. Nice. Well,
I can hear Travis saying, the ether band, the ether band.
can't see that so clear, I don't think.
No, that one, that's the normal one.
Oh, cool.
I don't know.
It's just going to rise up. Right.
Yeah, but it just looks mental. It's crazy.
Looks like something.
That's this one's going to end. This one's full recorded. Beep, beep.
that's you. Yeah, we have a picture together. No, it's on
Yeah, I think I've lost it here now, right? Do you reckon? Right, I'm gonna pack this up and we'll come back and see if we can get it for you. Get you to see it. Stop the camera for now. Yeah. Right, sorry guys. Packing up.
I was just looking at
Can't wait to see the footage.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see it on there.
Yeah, it's like a telescope, this thing. Yeah, you look at the moon and the craters. It's about £1,000 each.
They don't tell you. I thought it was
Yeah.
a lot. No.
Yeah, they're like the cheapest, like long range sort of cameras you can get.
What's like the most expensive you pay for one?
You could buy one with a really good body and individual lenses and all that. This is like the best sort of this sort of thing.
Still good though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you've just missed like what we say, a Fata Morgana. That was earlier.
Is that the moon or the sun?
We got Isle of Man.
Really?
Yeah, it's out there. You can see it. It is inverted in the thing, but I mean, 85 miles.
Oh, there, yeah.
Right, sorry guys, I don't want to interrupt you, but we're packing up and getting ready to come back. Does anybody want to take on the horizontal paradox yet? Oh.
Got no takers.
No. It's tricky, isn't it? It's a tricky one for them.
Yeah, they know they can't. They can't support that.
Horizontal is not only straight line, but is also strong line. Nobody can break it.
Oh, it looks beautiful out there still.
Cool. Thanks,
Yeah. Cheers. Come on.
Like 3 crowds.
Yeah, that was good, wasn't it? That's a good place to come, that. Right outside a pub. Oh, I'm chuffed. Chuffed we came out and got that one. Oh. We're still on.
Yeah, we're still on.
Jolly good. Right, sorry about that, guys. It's a bit of a weird one trying to do a live stream while you're out there, but wait till you see it.
Was well worth it, I'm sure.
Yeah. And I like the idea of seeing it with with the infrared. Like that other guy was watching the infrared and he went, so it must have looked good in the infrared.
I'm surprised that you were able to catch it at all with the infrared.
There's moon mode works the best for it.
Was there clouds near the horizon, or was it clear?
It is quite difficult though because the lens glare.
There you go. Can you hear him now? We're on our way back. Moon mode, did you say? With the infrared?
Yeah, moon mode with infrared works the best for
sun.
bright stuff. Even though it's not built for it.
Are you still there, guys?
Yeah, we're still here, yeah.
Alright, sorry. So it looks like we've found a bit of a setting for the sun set. We've definitely got a good mode for Bedford for the infrared. I reckon we'll be able to see each other on the. I'll be able to get a measuring rod. Oh, look, you've got a telescope up there, looking the other way. Gonna have to watch out down there for reading. So how many is that now? We've got to be film the most Fata Morganas.
That's
Sunsets, Fata
properly.
Morganas.
2 full-on properties. Counting list.
No, that's number 5.
Yeah, but
You're not counting. You're getting snobby.
Full-on sun inversion flipping.
Yeah, we did. One of them was a flat one. The longest was a flat one. That one was a good one. I can't imagine how big that might have been if we were at the sea.
I mean, we wouldn't have been able to see all of that.
I reckon we would. I reckon it's down there. See. Yeah, we've got
there's
one.
A height difference. That's why we couldn't see it last time. Way back then. So down there.
Free for all Friday tomorrow. We're going to be away again for about this amount of time. Hopefully, if we can catch another one. Yeah, baby.
Probably next week. Next. This sort of stuff.
It was behind an oil rig as well. As it was going on that I got. Did you get it behind you as well?
I don't think that was the boat.
Really?
Boat flipped upside down on top of each other.
No way.
I'm pretty sure it was. You can have a look.
Yeah, I don't know. Does anybody want to? I think we might be going through a bit of a bad connection bit, so it goes quiet. I just start talking.
I was hoping somebody might come in, but no takers. Hey, I see Matrix there. What's up, Matrix? I guess you can't talk.
I'm driving right now.
Sure, no worries, bro. Good to see you.
I think it's because we singles out get the moon. So.
Have you tried the moon yet?
No.
Not even tried the moon.
Hey, that's a good idea, man.
Yeah.
The moon with the infrared. Nice full moon, or even half moon, or less. Yeah.
Probably just see.
Low day. Like really low. It didn't get hardly anywhere. You should be able to see it. Might be low again. No. Can't see it. Amazing sky though. You can still see the bands in the sky. It's not up there, is it?
You never know. No.
Oh, I'm chuffed to bits. Chuffed to bits. Another Fatamorgana. It looked really nice as well because you could see the different layers and the different shading of the mist that's coming across. Looks really nice. And at a height. Wonder whether Chaiki you'd be able to tell us where we were.
Sure.
Shouldn't talk about him. We had to ban him last night. So there'll be no more Chaiki.
Oh.
Not sure how everyone will manage to cope. Like Chaiki come back for one day and managed to get himself banned.
Yeah, it got very emotional.
When yesterday?
Yes.
I wasn't till the end, so I didn't catch this how it ended. This discussion with him.
Oh, it carried on after the live show. And it was, I don't know, I didn't even bother recording it because it was just ridiculous. Chaiki. He was convinced that he could just take a picture and do surveying with it. And then you had to verify it for him.
Slightly childish, I would say.
Yeah. There was a story when we were trying to get Ramsey to go up Winter Hill with his auto level. Well, we took a few pictures to try and entice him. And Chaiki found one of those pictures and just drew a few lines on it. And he's been showing everybody that that's some sort of a proof of something.
but it's followed on from Ranty and Bruhith and Katz when they did the picture of Blackpool Tower. And Jakey's sort of, anybody now that takes a picture of Blackpool Tower, it proves a globe, I think, because of the narrative that's been set with Bruhith and Ranty and Katz. And all of those people seem to have disappeared for a while. Got a fantastic globe proof that like just isn't, and none of them can talk about it. But I don't want to bash the globe. Fata Morgana night. Live Fata Morgana. It was a pity I couldn't put the camera on, put the thing on for you, so you could hear him talking. But there was like a guy and his family, and then there was another guy and his girlfriend.
We'll hear it back on the when you play it. It should be interesting.
Yeah, I'll do a watch party for you guys. I'm hoping it's going to be the most arty one, the one that I've seen. The infrared. I don't know, what do you reckon about that? So is that like proper black and white?
Sorry?
Yeah, that's what I'm interested in, that one.
The infrared.
Yep.
Fata Morgana.
I mean, it clears out a lot of the glare, so it's like you only see the sun, and that's it. Gets the edges of the sun. It's probably good.
The guy says, is there a few of you that do this? I went, I don't know. Don't think there's many people that do the Fata Morgana thing, is it? I don't think it's not something that you can usually expect.
I haven't seen too many of those, that's for sure.
Fata Morgana suns. I think there's too many of them. Right, I'm out. Get them cameras. Swapping over to me all this stuff, so bear with us. You got both of them? Just give us one.
Another small issue.
Oh, come on. Oh, cat's got out as well now. Hello. Am I back here now? What's that? Am I back?
Yep, you're
We can
good.
hear you. Yep.
Thank you very much. Wow. Sorry about that, everybody. I don't know if everybody managed to stick with us. That was full on. Right, let me get some footage for you.
Can't wait to see the footage, and there's quite a few people waiting. Yep.
Right. Let's see how quick we do this.
Nobody could accuse you of a keyboard warrior. That's for sure.
Right, pause. You guys in Discord. This is the infrared source, and you people on internet. Oh, wow, can you do that? Display. No. Oh. Let me bear with me. I'm just trying to sort this out. There you go. Done. Transition. Move it over. Right. Can you guys see that? Everybody good? I'm gonna play it. This is
Yes, we see on Discord.
this is infrared Fata Morgana sunset. Now I don't know whether you can see the band on there or not. Maybe about here somewhere, but you can see it's squishing a bit at the bottom.
You have the filter on here, the ND filter.
Yeah,
I
yeah, I
can
think
tell.
so.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
the white. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know whether he moves it over a bit just before it starts.
That's how my ND looks, but not like that, of course. But that white part. Touchdown soon.
Well, it took ages, you know, the flattening, and then for it to emerge again. You can't even really see the. Oh yeah, you can. Just at the bottom right hand corner, you can just see what he says is a boat. I thought it was a. Oh no, can you see that there, right at the bottom? I think that is the Isle of Man. Upside down in that band. Just coming underneath it now.
Oh, look at that. On the right.
It's amazing.
Nice.
This is like no, literally raw, straight from the camera. No messing about with it. No putting through any filters or any sort of tweaking with what we've got there. Just with a 950 filter. And it like at this time I'm saying to the guy that's watching, I said, look, it's flattening out at the bottom. It's not round anymore, is it? And he's calling his wife and his kids over. Look at this.
Would you say that's above the horizon?
Oh, look at that. So that little
Touchdown,
Oh,
touchdown.
No, it's not. It took ages. There
No?
is a dead flat line once. It's just coming onto that line now. Right? It even looked like there was a flare in it as it hits this band now and then proper flattens out.
It's like deformed on the either end on the bottom.
Yeah. And I'm saying like you wait in a minute, it should come out from the bottom. Sometime soon. That's amazing, isn't it?
Yep. Doesn't look like it's. Does it look like it's disappearing behind the earth?
Well, watch it. It comes from the underneath now. So how could it possibly be?
Yep. Look where the horizon is.
Yeah, let's look at it. There's a touch on top of that building there. Look at it. To the right-hand side. Here we go. Ooh.
Yeah, clearly. Wow.
Oh, there it is on the bottom now.
Yeah.
We have separation.
Yeah. How cool is that?
Infrared.
So now it's creating reflection.
It's not the reflection. You watch when it is the top of the sun that hitting that band. Or the bottom of the sun hitting the band.
Yeah, it's inverted. It's inverted.
Yep. Yeah.
As is that, whatever that thing is there. What is that? That's right in the middle of it. This is. I would hesitate to say that this could possibly be the first ever infrared filmed Fata Morgana.
I never seen another one.
And I don't know what
That's
that
got to be the
is.
building on the right, inverted, right?
Well, on the left-hand side, I'd say that is the Isle of Man inverted. And that, whatever that is, whether it's an oil rig or maybe a boat or something. Oh, look at that. Look at the shape of it. It's like a dolphin.
I think
like
that's the building in the middle.
Yeah, it could be an oil rig. There are many, many oil rigs out there.
Oh, okay, okay.
Oh, look at that.
If I may, I'll teach y'all something. Ready? Ready?
Drum roll.
Yeah, it looks like an oil rig that's closer than, of course, the sun, right? So then the sun is setting due to perspective and then like mirroring at an angle towards you and hitting and, you know, mirroring before the oil rig. That's why the oil rig isn't glared out and then you see the miraging of the sun. It's not vertical, it's at an angle or horizontal more.
Would it be a boat that's upside down then? Because look, at the left-hand side is the Isle of Man, I think, upside down. So could
I'm
that
gonna be honest
a
with you. I just started, you know, listening and viewing. So to go back and look at the other thing, I just know that's what I'm seeing. Like not in your picture, but that's what I'm seeing when I see mirages. And some of them are inverted, but people think it's vertical, right? That view is like straight up and down, and it's not. It's coming towards you at an angle. I hope that makes a little sense. But yeah, I don't know what that is to the left.
Look
It's
at that.
weird.
Is amazing.
Yep. That is crazy. That's infrared, you said?
Yeah, that's infrared with a 950 nanometer filter on it. He's had problems because you can see there, the sun is just too bright for it. Like with the infrared and the full spectrum, it's just...
it's overbearing.
Look at it.
That is amazing, though. I don't know why I don't have one. I want one. Laziness of not ordering it, I guess, because you can get some amazing. Like this is crazy right here. Now, is this a video or just?
Yeah, this is video. Literally, we've just filmed it. We've just been out to film it. We started the show, drove out, filmed a Fata Morgana in infrared and standard, and now we've come back and playing it raw footage straight for everybody to watch.
Whatever that is to the left, all rig or boat or whatever, it's definitely mirrored. It's definitely showing the top and bottom. So the horizon, I mean, you know what I'm saying, is not where you see the water, the dark blue. That's
Slightly
not the
above.
Yeah, it's above that.
It's always above, I think. I said to the guy, I said, the horizon is always above where you would look at it for what you consider the horizon anyway.
Look at that. Look at that. That's an oil rig right there. Zoop. And you're at basically sea, or you're at sea level, or you're on a hill?
We're on we're at an elevation. I'll not tell everybody for cheeky purposes.
Look at how far that freaking horizon is.
You need to figure out what that is right there. Because
that's the Isle of Man. I'm telling you, that is the Isle of Man inverted.
Inverted.
Yeah.
Yep.
Into that band.
It's like sonar, right? Like you get heavy hits, like hard. You know, you get hazy, soft bottom, and you get this hard, rocky bottom. That's kind of what you're seeing here, but it's inverted. You're getting the haze, and then you're getting the solid structure, which you're saying is the Isle of Man, what you would know. And it's just turned upside down.
Well, we were talking to a guy. Literally, he went, I work on those windmills, the turbines. I work on them out there. He said, and then he got his phone out and he went, well, you've got Scotland over there, and you've got, let's see, he went, that's the only thing that could be is the Isle of Man.
That is cool as crap, man.
That is amazing. Wait till you get the other stuff.
I've never seen anything like that. Like even on other people's, when I'm watching I've never seen anything like this.
Yeah.
That's cool. Congrats to your son.
You guys, that the further the Isle of Man and the other one there's only one inversion, whereas the closer ones, like they're split in half? Or are they split in half in the back as well, and it just doesn't appear that way?
Oh, look. See the way the light changes there, and as it gets darker, you can see a bit more. Oh, that's beautiful. Right, let me get some more.
Yeah, I hope you'll go out at some point, Bev, and see if you can get a better view of whatever that thing is out there. Looks like an oil rig, or can't be a boat, right? Because it hasn't even moved, has it?
That is an oil rig. Look. So this is now, he took the filter off it and put it in black and white mode. Look at the Fatima in the middle of it. Like, look.
That is nuts.
Holy
Look at the blades.
cow.
You could sell that.
That's amazing.
Yep. That is.
All
People
of
buy
those
that kind of
different
stuff.
bands that it's all going, it's all over the place, isn't it? It's nutty.
Look how it slows down and then speeds up. Okay, this is something I've never seen either.
Well, this is that Fata Morgana band, but obviously it's behind some of these. It's in different places as you go further back through them. So all of those bands, it's making the different ones wobble at different places because the perspective goes with these bands too.
Well, they look like they're close together, but these things are probably, half a mile apart
He
each
said,
or something
yeah,
like
he
that.
said half a K, he said about 500.
Right. So that gives you a different, you have to kind of think of how they are when you're close to them and what you're seeing now, how different it is. It's amazing. How far away are you from those
Well,
windmills?
that is the field of windmills in between us and the Isle of Man. Like you can see there's loads of them. It's a massive. That North Sea is one of the biggest windmill factories. I don't know what you call them.
You know approximately how far that would be?
Well, the Isle of Man is 85 miles ish away from there. So
and this is in between.
It's all the way from, I'd say, about 20 miles to the shore. So within 20 to 60 odd miles away, like 40 miles.
Just seeing 60 miles is 40 miles. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's just pretty cool. Video and something 40 miles away from you is pretty damn cool.
Yeah, they're moving fast, those blades as well.
The mirror.
Oh,
I mean, that's Mirage and mirror.
There's the Ferris wheel. Right in the middle of the picture.
That's with the light on top?
Didn't notice that.
Big.
Look at that.
Yeah. Well, no, that's a crane or something to the left. But right in the middle of the picture is the
Oh, I see it now.
Ferris
Yeah.
wheel.
Wow.
Check that out, man.
Now that's on the land. You know how far that is, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think the thing is to try and think that it's something about distance or whatever, but I don't think it is. This just shows you that there are bands. And I think the only way, like I said to the fella, the only way this can happen with the separation and the inversion of whatever it is, it's like you get with water. You can hold a glass of water in front of like an arrow pointing one way, and it'll turn it the other way. So we know that water can do that. It can invert an image. Well, I think this is a band of stuff that can do the same.
Definitely.
And you get a lot of water in the air. I mean.
Yep.
Well, whether it's density or temperature or it doesn't really matter. The only thing I think that matters is it is a horizontal band. The only way it can sit and give this mirror effect is if it's all compressed within these bands. Because if that's the true horizon is horizontal, well, that mirrors it. Exactly, like literally mirrors it.
Like on my bridge 8 miles away, I believe if I had these turning windmills at 8 miles away, they would be doing this same thing. When my bridge is so wonked out, right? Like miraged, and you can't even tell. It's all bent and distorted. If there were turning windmills there, they would be doing the same thing like this, and that would only be 8 miles. So I'm with you on the distance part. I don't think, distance creates it more often. The longer the distance, the more you're going to get a mirage or whatever you want to call it. But it can be short distances also.
I don't know if it's a optical illusion. I'm sure it is, but it looks to me like those blades are going into water and coming out of water, and it looks like the one I'm looking at right in the middle of the one that's to the right of the crane or whatever that thing is there, that stanchion. It looks like as that blade comes up on the right hand side of the windmill, it looks like it's dragging up water. To me, anyway, it looks weird.
Yeah, it's like faded or shaded or whatever.
Yeah, as it's coming up above that horizontal darker band
Just
right
more
there.
blurry. Yeah.
It's freaking fascinating, man. Wow.
You gotta clip this out, Bev. Like, I would love to have this.
Yeah,
Look at that.
one. Let's see, that's with the no filter on.
Yeah.
Look at the
Jeez.
Look
effects
at
The
that.
center ones. Look at the center ones. Double whammy.
Yeah, yeah.
Holy cow,
You
man.
can see where
Look
the
at that.
shiny part starts. I mean,
Look at that. Now that is original. That I've never seen. Look at that.
oh
Man.
my god.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah. Heat haze, atmosphere, fog,
It's just mirage.
a little
Sum
bit
it
of
up.
everything. Yeah.
Optical illusions caused by the atmospheric
Yep.
conditions. I
Yeah.
mean, it's very simple.
Settled air, right? Because we live in this bowl, like I kept saying to everybody, but surrounded by mountains all the way, and then there's a coastal plain of land, and then you've got the water that's out there, and if there isn't much air, much breeze or whatever, you get the air sitting in these bands. Now, it's obvious out there that these things are turning, so they are churning some air up, but that inversion thing's still occurring. So yeah, I'm with you, Rakir. There's definitely, it's not a massive distance that's making that sort of effect happen.
No, I've seen that happen like a couple of miles away. That's heat haze, guys. I call that heat haze. The hot air rising. If you go back and you see the tower, you'll see it shimmering by itself without it turning. It appears like it's getting, like it's like shrinking and getting larger, shrinking, like wavy.
I'm with you on the temperature thing. That's definitely a cause. I just don't think it's one thing. I think it's just mirage. It's just the combination of the atmosphere conditions, which includes temperature, that causes these effects. And that's why man can't measure it. Like, it's so, complicated and forever changing and mixing and, distance matter, you're never going to measure
all
that.
that. Yeah, it's all that.
Yep.
Definitely.
Turbulent, how much wind there is, how much turbulence, updrafts, downdrafts, the temperature of those updrafts and downdrafts, mixing together with whatever the temperature of the water is and the constant temperature of the air at that, it's just, you can't imagine, you can't calculate it.
No chance. That's why when they say standard refraction, I lose
That's
it.
a joke. Yeah, that's a joke.
Yeah.
Nothing standard about the atmosphere at distance. It's just not. Especially over water, I think. I think land is more like it holds that temperature gradient better. But over water, we'll be boat riding and it's 10 and 15 degrees temperature change just by the shade of a cloud or a downdraft or whatever. Like, water is totally different, I think.
Yep. You see similar effects on, on a tarmac or on a hot road in the distance. When the heat is rising, you'll see a similar effect. But the water is has that shiny thing, and the rest of it, the wind and all the rest of the stuff that we said. Yeah.
something out there. And what you're talking about is the heat. You know, when like on a blacktop road, it's gonna be hotter than like grass. Okay, but the hotter it is, the more evaporation you're gonna get. The more water, the more turbulent the air is gonna be. Does that make sense to you? Like
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
more, I think more water vapor is going up. You know, when it's hotter on that blacktop road, it's creating that turbulent air than like on a grass surface. So temperature definitely has something to do with it, but again, water I think is the very, very basic key.
Absolutely. Surface does play a big role. Like grass and tarmac will be totally different, but water, there's something special about it again. Yeah,
It's because the blacktop is getting hotter quicker and creating more turbulent air, but that heat and turbulent air is caused when what the water is doing. I think. Again, I think water, water, water. Right. That's the baseline of everything.
And don't forget, in the water, it's open space as well, right? Turbulence that you're talking about, there's a bigger chance of that happening. So yeah. And there's no cover in the water, right? Direct sunlight, no trees, no. Yeah.
I mean, they teach us, right? The science teaches us where all the rain comes from. It's basically evaporation out of the oceans. Think about how much evaporation, how much water has to come out of those lakes and streams and oceans to create all this rain. Like, that's a lot of water movement going through the atmosphere that you're having to look through.
Yeah, it's crazy. I seen that effect on a boat in the St. Lawrence River. It wasn't more than a mile away. Like it was literally right in front of me. And I couldn't like the letters were like because of the shimmering of the heat haze, they were like doing that dance thing. They weren't fully inverted, but you see like the beginning of that effect, whatever you want to call it.
When I'm going offshore and coming inshore, I make sure and tell whoever's sitting by me that I haven't told before. You know that bridge right there, that water tower that gets lower on the horizon as we go away, or gets higher on the horizon as we approach it. You know how it just seems to disappear over the horizon. I said, pay attention this time because that's not the right way to say it. It disappears into the horizon because watch. Visibility is this today, about 12 miles. I promise you, at about 12 miles or 10 miles, it's not going to come up from the bottom and get bigger and bigger and bigger and go up, up, up. It's just going to blink, right? Like 1 second it's not there and you think it's over the horizon, and then blink the next second, you can see it, right? It's
Oh, you gotta
smaller.
film that, bro. You gotta film that.
It's hard while you're on a boat. Like I would need a gyro stabilizer for my
Oh
camera.
yeah, shit, I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah, and I filmed it, but it just doesn't come out well. But it's just blink. The bridge is there, or blink. We have water towers that are white. We have this huge building in Fouchon right next to us that has a white, like it's just reflects the light really good, and you can see those three things a lot further than you can see other things that are just as tall or just as big, right? Because they're not reflecting the light as much. And they just blink in the view. They're not over anything. The reflected light can't get to the viewer. Sorry, Bev, I kind of like those videos. You got any more? They're amazing.
Yeah, I'm just going through them now again. Everybody else is watching them on the thing. I've just showed the missus, right? I'm really just said to her, said your lads literally just filmed, I think, the first ever Fata Morgana in
infrared.
In infrared, yeah.
I can tell you those windmill and some of the other stuff that you have, people pay for that. So just be aware. He needs to market that out. That video of those windmills, just that view alone, I mean, people love it.
Buster music videos, I think. That's what they're going for.
put Buster's music in the background of those videos, you got a hit, man. I want my royalties.
Yeah, there's some special stuff here within these. I mean, I've got the other, the normal the normal P1000. So we're going to be able to put both of them together and be able to put, one on top of the other so you can see the difference between the two. I think he zoomed in a little bit more than I did. I caught mine in all in one. But yeah, I think we'll go out tomorrow, and if we can catch another one tomorrow, it's obviously a hotspot for this sort of thing. I think a lot more photographers should be out there trying to do it, checking it out. We might have hit upon the ideal perfect place. I mean, how would that be? That we found the canal with the 27-mile stretch, and also now, because you've obviously, Ricky, you've got your bridge and LIGO. Well, it seems like we've got the canal and Fata Morgana. So, there.
I'm gonna have to make space in the encyclopedia.
I have not enjoyed, like, the weather's been just crazy crappy here, for the last 2 months, 3 months. So I haven't really got to do any video, and I mean, nothing. The moon, going out to the bridge or anything. It's rained and been cloudy here a lot. So on the days that it's not, which I can't even remember, a couple of those days, I'm doing other stuff. The weather's been terrible here. Climate change.
Well, it's been hot here. We did go out today. We went out to go and to go to Great Orme to go and take some shots like this from the other side, but the car broke down and we couldn't go there. We just had to come back home. So this is a nice little surprise for the end of the day. It started off pretty bad. There was another guy there who had like a telescope on, but he was on the other side. I don't know whether he would have actually got the Fata Morgana or not. I hope he did. I'm just copying some stuff over, and then I'll put the other camera in.
So is your son gonna make videos and post them on? Like, what's he planning on doing? Because this is, I mean, this is phenomenal. Like, I've taken a lot of videos, but nothing like that.
Come here. You're getting praised here. No. No, he's like, no, I'm not coming in then.
I like him already. No, but seriously, putting these like with Buster's songs or with his own music or whatever and posting them, that's something I'm interested in.
Yeah, well, we're gonna have to put these things. Well, it just so happens that he's just finished school and he's going into college. And his college, he wants to do photography. So this is an ideal thing. I mean, he's going to have to do portraits and all sorts of photography stuff. But I said, this is ideal for you being able to study light at a distance, or, like you are studying a certain thing. And I'm guessing if you're going to be a photographer, you have to have a niche.
That's what I was going to say. Be original. I don't know of anyone who does this and puts it in a, certain
art
format. And
yeah. It's turning it into art, isn't it? It's taking natural phenomena and putting it into an art piece, I think. Yeah, I'm impressed with it. But like,
I mean, one day, right? Like, imagine if you're able to go out day after day after day and compare the different day, you know what I'm saying, and put those together.
yeah.
You're getting a passing grade for sure.
Well, yeah, I do, as far as I know, it for Fata Morgana sunsets. I don't know how many there are on the internet. I know we've got like 5 of them. I'd hesitate to guess that there's probably 5, maybe 6. I mean, I hope there's some more, but yeah, I do think that we have the monopoly on Fata Morgana sunsets. And look at that.
I put my keyhole sunset and all my,
Yeah.
what I would call Fata Morgana sunsets years ago before I came here. It's, one of my favorite things was my keyhole sunset, and I've only filmed it twice. And it took me a lot of sunrises to film that, like years of going out, every time I was on vacation or could film the sunrise, filming it and hoping to get it. And finally got it. And then 2 weeks later, I got it again. And then I haven't gotten it since.
Yeah, I mean, I'm only saying Fata Morgana because when we first filmed the first one, I asked Dr. John D, and he said it was a Fata Morgana. Really, it's just some sort of a band where it's inverted, and that band, as we've seen, can keep going. It gets higher. It can be really high. This is at a height, which I always thought you had to go to sea level to be, to see this, but we're seeming to be able to get higher. But I'm guessing it's only the ability of the P1000, P900 type distance that gives you the ability to see these sort of things. Just gonna have to swap my camera card over. Might stop it. Yeah. It does. Close. I'll just swap it back to Discord for a minute while I'm swapping these over. Oh, this has been a good night. Is everybody sticking with us? 42 people. Thank you for sticking with us. Yeah, I call it, Ricky, I call it a Fata Morgana when it rises from the bottom to meet the actual sun, right? So the Fata Morgana is where it comes from the bottom to meet the other bit. It touches at that midpoint. Sometimes it doesn't happen I think it happens all the time, but you only get to see it with these cameras, and like sometimes it might be a fraction. Right, okay. This one is. I got that pretty level as well. It's really good. Screen. So this is the screen. This is me on the normal P1000. Zip it along a bit. we go. So it does look a fair bit different, doesn't it?
It seems like this true horizon or apparent horizon in front is slightly higher than let's say normal. That's why I think that this inverted image is slightly cut from bottom. So we cannot see this full keyhole, but only part of this. That's my take on.
Oh, this was the other night. Look at that one. Oh, that's a green flash, isn't it? Yeah, this is the other night. Let me get the one that. Oh, right, is that better? That, yeah, that is better, isn't it? Look at that. Doesn't that look beautiful, that? Although there is some... Can you guys see those horizontal bands, or are they on my TV? TV might be going knackered. Right, so... See, if you look here, they're definitely going upside down.
Yeah, you can see the reflection at the bottom.
And this was like 30 minutes of me just put it on record. Yeah, you can see there.
That's a 900 or 1,000, Beth?
This is 1,000. This is this 1,000, like call it the bog standard. Just the norm. But it does have the filter that came with the infrared to revert the infrared back to normal. So it's a filter, but it's just a... I don't know what to call it. I just call it like a screen cover filter.
What's that big square thing? It's got to be a huge oil rig, like Rakia said, right?
Yeah, it's inverted. It's right in the middle of that is what the oil rig looks like. Half of it's just mirrored, top and bottom. You can see
from my phone before. I thought it was a building, but clearly now we see it's not.
Yeah, draw a line right in the half of it, and then flip it over. It's the same thing upside down.
Yeah, yeah.
The top is on the bottom, and then that airspace underneath is just a reflection of the sky. Like you see those floating ships. Same thing, or the Marriott that I took that's inverted and it has sky underneath it. That's actually water. But the water looks like it's lower, right? It's actually higher.
Yeah. The reflect, like the golf thing there. And
Yeah,
what was it in Scotland? Yeah.
Yeah, the sky or whatever is mirroring. I mean, you know, it's just however, whatever it's doing, however it's doing it. That image is an optical illusion. That's not reality right there. Well, it's reality with the conditions, but if you get closer and take away the distance and keep at the same elevation, it's gonna it's gonna change. Look at the one on the right. You can really see the inversion there. Think about that. How the conditions are creating a perfect inversion image, just like a mirror. Like, it's amazing. When you look at this and you don't know what you're looking at, it just, it looks like the water is there and then the sky is underneath the oil rig and then that is the oil rig, right? You don't even think about it being a mirrored image.
Well, what got me is when you're showing people this sort of thing, right? And you've got the camera there and you can explain them. You're saying, look, it's flattening. It's the only way that can happen. It's not going over anything. The only way this can happen is as it goes, it's passing through all of those compressed bands as it's moving away. Oh, and that's what you're seeing it through.
It's
Well said.
merging with water due to
That's
resolution.
That's why I say when like a boat is going away from you, it's not going over anything. It's going into those bands. It's going into the atmosphere, the horizon. It's going into it, not over anything.
And what
Boy,
there
did that
is,
tickle
there's a
out of you.
massive refraction, magnification as well. What it's seeing in the inversion. Is it like an A inversion or is it a double inversion? With a massive magnification involved in it too.
Yeah, look how big that object looks.
Well, look how flat it's getting there. The bottom of it, where it's supposedly going into something. If that's going over it, then why does it appear again from underneath?
I don't know.
It's impossible. That is not going over and away from anything. It's just passing into a band.
And see where the water would be if, where the water appears to be now and the water is actually higher. Look at where the sun is, where that true horizon would be. And now it's reflecting towards you.
Yeah.
So now you see that band underneath. It's being distorted where the true horizon is, but then it's being reflected closer to you. So you see that object underneath, whatever you want to call it. That's just sunlight reflecting. Look at that. It's coming underneath.
I said to him, look, you can see the sun supposedly go down and go up in one.
Look at the auric.
It goes
auric.
That off in the middle.
That band
the reflected
that you
sun
find,
is coming underneath.
Yeah, you call that the horizon, that mid band. Well, the sun both goes down into it and goes up into it.
Is it the horizon on the bottom? Hold on. Is it the horizon on the bottom one?
Yeah, the apparent horizon is at the bottom where the sun is appearing to meet the water, but that's not reality.
I know.
That's the illusion part.
We got us two horizons.
This is horizon which does not create mirroring, and this slightly up. This is part when it can create mirroring.
Look at that, man! Pancake.
That is.
It looks like a dolphin, that, doesn't it? Can I call that one the dolphin?
On the right and the left, like a dolphin head. Yeah. Name it. You took this, or your son took this?
This is my one. I had this one, but
I want
my lad's got this. I'll put the both of them together. I'll put them both on the same screen, and so you can. I want to point out. Of them.
Look how it's going left to right. Also, like it's circling away from you. Like not circling, but it's going away from you in that direction, right?
Mm-hmm.
Left to right. Look at that. When it gets in between there, that's going to be cool as shit. Looks like a hat now.
Yeah. See, we do all of this with crappy P1000. They're not crappy. They
shitty
are
cameras. Yeah.
Fantastic cameras.
The best.
There was a lady there. She said, how much do those cost? And we went, oh, they're about £1,000 each. She went, really? With that? I'd have expected them to be a lot more.
Well, you should have just told her you would sell it to her. Make me an offer. Look at that. That is amazing.
Yeah, you literally, you should have seen the people that were there watching this, Be saying like, look, what? Come here, watch this. You know, like I literally, you have to say to people, don't you? Look at this, and we know there's going to be a Fata Morgana. You're going to be able to tell your kids that you've seen this. Come and watch it. Come and have a look.
I tell them, I bet you've never seen this.
Yeah.
When I'm on the pier, and you know, it's all the marina
They'll
people.
be telling
I'm
people
like,
stories about it tomorrow, right? What they saw through our cameras.
See, this morning I was like, what I want to do is set up a monitor, like a TV, and hook it to my camera so people can see what I'm seeing through my camera lens on the pier. That's what I thought about this morning, and now you're doing this and saying these things. Like, people love seeing this, and they get it once you describe it and tell them. They're like, wow, that makes sense. Yep.
Yeah, so like you'll watch the sun go up. Like it's not going to go down, it's going to go up. The last thing you'll see is the sun going up.
Yeah, because it's going away.
Mm-hmm.
I would say it's already gone away and faded out. This is the reflected part.
This is the bottom of the last bit of the sun going, but it's because it's inverted. You're getting to see it on the top bit. Now, don't ask me how the fuck it does that. Look at that. Oh, man, underneath that.
That's the reflection going away now. Like the sun went away, and then the reflection of the sun is now going away because it's getting further away from you.
Like this, I think this part of land, which is next to this oil rig, this flat thingy on the central left side. It is land or what? This inverted something.
I
flat.
think, yeah, we had the guy talking about it. He said them two peaks there will be the highest peaks on the Isle of Man. I think.
I think this is the same as Rakia depicted. It is inverted. This land is inverted only. We can see only mirror of this, but original we cannot see.
No.
I don't know why.
Well, I think you can. Just a little bit. You can just see that bit there where it mirrors. I think that is the top of the Isle of Man that you can actually see. This bit up here is the mirroring part. Obviously, you can't see that bit there. But here, yeah, I think you can. Just a little touch of it. But, I mean, it is really, really hot. And that temperature of that, I don't think I'll have seen a hotter temperature of all of this air within this band all the way across there. I think I'll move it over here. Yeah, see, look, you can definitely see that band in there. Midway across. Come on, focus it. There you go.
Yep, optical illusion.
It's shown in like this bit here where you can't actually see it, but it. That's amazing, isn't it?
The one you had just a few minutes ago, where it showed the sky, like it was orangey in the back. You can clearly see the different bands are all horizontal, the layers. Yeah, I think here,
Yeah,
check that out.
All of these bands were like, as it got darker and darker, these bands obviously they're there. But you can see this line here now, can't you? This definite line. You couldn't see that, I don't think, with the naked eye. It's just out of range. Too far out of range. But these cameras
But look
can
at the
do it.
lines.
Yeah.
Starting from the horizon, the blue, and then the pinks, and look, you're just gonna see lines all the way up, different lines, all horizontal. Amazing.
Yeah. It said the only way this can happen is with fluids ordering themselves horizontally. As we know, the water level does.
Pressurized fluid.
Yep. The Atmos definitely does not form a sphere.
At rest will form horizontal bands of differing gradients of whatever you want to call it. See, look at this here.
Not a curve in them.
But look, can you see that? That inversion there.
Where we can't really see if you're pointing anywhere.
Extra land. Well, you can see right in the middle of the screen. That's got to be land. That high rate rise bit there.
Right, the dark, but yeah.
That's right in the middle of the Fata Morgana. We got people in the chat. Yeah, they don't like us going out and taking shots. Is it the P1000 footage that they don't like? Or just the, the pictures of the horizon? Yeah, I'm amazed that we managed to get these, like. And remember the other day when we were looking at this, we had these sort of shots. The front row of these windmills, turbines, were a lot higher than the ones behind them. There was like a definite drop, wasn't there? You could only see the front row and then like half of the back row and then none others. But there's a definite difference when you see these sort of images. I'm amazed, but looks like we've got a definite. Well, we have definitely got an ideal position to be able to do this sort of stuff. We have the ability to go and do it, and it seems like there's a few locations. We don't even need to go to the beach to be able to see it. We can literally just go to a high spot. Not massively high, 200-300 feet. Definitely needs to be studied. If we can find out more about these effects. Yeah, there's something really weird, science works. There's something weird about when you look at these, they seem bigger than they should be. There is a massive magnification effect that seems to occur over water with these windmills. So many different ways that they can look. You can even see the like the air's it's moving right to left.
Let me ask you: are they turning like they're going counterclockwise now, right? Is
Yeah.
that how they actually appear when you look at them, when you see them with the naked eye?
Well, they're quite a fair way away, to be honest. You know what it looks
So
like
you
with the
can't make them out.
P1000.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
you can make them out, but I'm not so sure whether you'd be able to tell which way the blades are turning with the naked eye. I like the way that you can see it, the flow of the air. It's moving across the screen. You can literally see it. And this one isn't with the infrared. This is just with normal.
Just look at the lights.
Mm-hmm.
How they're shimmering. That'll tell you.
Yeah, well, that is actually looking over the bay of Preston. So looking across Southport.
I call that heat haze.
Yeah.
That shimmering effect.
Yeah, but it looks just like the water flowing, doesn't it? Shows that the air being transported
is water, really.
it's just another fluid, right?
Yep.
Moisture in the air, humidity.
Yeah,
I'd say.
There's a guy down here.
Look at the trees in the foreground. Same effect.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm impressed. So it's worth me going out and doing things like that. It may have been a bit hard for you guys at the beginning. Sorry about that.
Not at all.
But yeah, definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. I like this one because it shows the shading of the different land bits across it. Yeah, I'm gonna science it out. I will put this one and the other one together on one screen. Hopefully time match it as close as I can. And put the two together. And then put a Buster song to it. I don't know which one. Anybody got a good idea what Buster song? I don't know. One of his new ones, probably. Yeah. I think we're on to a winner here, guys. Guitar.
Yeah, guitar, that would be a good one, but Who Will wouldn't be bad.
Yeah. Anyway, so we've done it again. I don't know whether we could class that as two filmed Fata Morganas. I suppose we could because we've got two cameras. So, yeah, I challenge anyone who's got more Fata Morganas than we have. Challenge is on. Don't say we don't ever go out and do things. I was saying to a guy as well.
We got a bridge.
That's a natural phenomena.
The Aporia Bridge. There it is.
So if you are doing true science, right, you see a natural phenomena, right? You observe something like this, and then you say something, you make a statement, right?
Yes, you are explaining
Yeah.
what you see.
It sure
This may be
looks.
true, or you may be mistaken,
Yeah.
or you can be correct.
It's okay.
But
Could I say then? Could I say it sure looks like those fluids are ordered in horizontal bands by the way that this reflection thing's occurring.
Yes, I think that you can. I would say that this is layers of humidity, or it means, of course, it is water.
Yeah. Well, there's some sort of an
air.
inversion in a band that looks to me like it's parallel to the true horizon, the horizontal.
Yes, yes, it creates always planes and lines,
Yeah.
straight lines.
With a mirror.
That's what I was
effect
saying
in the
before.
middle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that would be like science, right? Now, all we'd have to do is find
Observe.
some way to check that fluids do order themselves like that, right?
Well, they do, don't they? We've seen the towers, the
Yeah,
oil.
but in order to do true science, right? The natural science sort of thing, we'd have to find some way to check it. If we were doing science, I mean, we're not. We're just taking pictures of things.
Yes, so this explanation should be backed up with some kind of testing if it is really water doing that, because for now this is assumption. So somehow it has to be checked.
The
in a way
water
of
or the
experiment.
fluid layers may order themselves in a horizontal state. I don't know. I quite like it. It's something for us to think about anyway, isn't it?
Yes, as Aristotle said, it is the best way to know things if we know why they happen. So the cause of this, what is causing this phenomenon as we can see it? What causes this? And maybe somehow we can replicate these conditions. Maybe.
Yeah, well, we'll keep studying it. We'll just keep taking some pictures, keep observing it. But it definitely looks like these fluids are ordering themselves into horizontal bands. And like I said to the guys that were there, I said, like, look at how tall the sky is here. He said, you go over there. How much of that sky can be compressed into a fraction of a smidge? And he went, who knows? Because nobody does. But that's what's occurring. All of those bands are, as they're getting further closer to that bit over there, they're just compressing further and further.
They have to compress because we are at the distance. We have narrow angle of our sight. So it is, for me, this is normal perspective behavior.
Are they getting upset at us taking pictures with our cameras? Or were they upset that I took a bit of time out at the beginning to go and take some pictures with my son with his camera? I think they might be upset that we've took the first ever infrared Fata Morgana sunset. I'm sorry, guys. It's just something we do on every, it's just a Thursday.
I am guessing that they might be upset because this pictures completely destroys globe.
Whoa, well, that's a bit strong, but yeah, I mean, the globe's not real. Well, you can't say it destroys the globe because they do have it as a mental construct within their minds. And you
Yep, it's
can't go
conceptual.
around destroying those sort of things.
Mm-mm.
No way. You'll never destroy that.
Yes, but this is putting them into cognitive dissonance. It's very inconvenient for them. Wait a second, it doesn't match our model. And maybe in future they will be accuse you of making fakes. This is fake. It cannot be.
Well, yeah, I mean, we've got birds. I've just literally, I've just rustled it up. I'm a whiz with these computer things. Rakia taught me everything I know. Yeah, I mean, literally doing it live. Raw footage. I've not touched it up. I've not even put a brightness on it. This is exactly as you get from the camera. And some people are upset that maybe it might be not quite in focus and it's only with a P1000. There seems to be quite a few of them in the chat tonight. So thanks for coming, guys. All views are... Should I title this anything else? I did call it the horizontal paradox, but I'm guessing that still stands, doesn't it?
With the bands thrown in. Yep.
Yeah. I think we might be able to put this into some sort of a science thing. I might get it on the... This is when we were saying initially about the black swan. The black swan, the concept of the black swan is to go out there and do it for yourself. Find your own black swan. The black swan is a concept that you take on. That the black swan concept can actually destroy other concepts. It finds out fallacies and stuff. So this to me is a black swan for me. This tells me it's definitely not a fucking globe. But even though I know that the globe is just a mental construct in somebody's mind, right? It shows me that the horizontal banding and all of the horizontals being parallel to each other would show within these bands. They are all horizontal and they are all parallel.
Yep. I spotted them right away. I go, look at that, man. The Atmos is telling us what it is. And it's definitely not a sphere. Definitely not a sphere.
Do you reckon if we were to give this footage, I mean, there's only 30 odd people watching. If we were to give this footage to a Globo and get them to bring it out, how famous do you reckon they would be doing? What would they make of this sort of a thing? I mean, would they say, well, that proves a globe? I mean, how could you use a Fata Morgana for globe?
Good luck.
I can't see a way that you could, right? So this footage, amazing as it is, will never get anything good going for it. It doesn't aid the globe. So therefore, Fata Morganas, nah, we're not really that interested in them. It is a natural phenomena, but it's an inconvenient natural phenomena that causes questions. unanswerable questions for the globe. So watch what you're doing when you talk
I
to
think
people
that
about this.
I think that they will invoke immediately standard refraction, non-existing standard refraction.
What, that straightens curves into horizontal parallels?
Yeah,
That's
yes,
fantastic,
this
that,
one,
isn't it? Yeah.
this one, miraculous refraction.
Yeah, I don't think there's a way to answer certain questions. Because you would say that they do look horizontal. They do look parallel. They would be parallel to the plane of the horizon. Plane of the horizon would be over water. And I don't know. You could always, like I heard you guys talking about, you could always invoke the circular horizon, but that's a bit ridiculous, isn't it? When you know it's horizontal, like where do you get the circle from?
Just imagine it.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Well, it's as a definition, and that'll be it. I mean, that surely the definition, if you imagine the definition says it, then you can look at it and try and see a circle or something. Like,
you
if
could
you
just tell them,
never look at the horizon, if you live inland and never get to see the horizon, I suppose you could imagine that it isn't horizontal or it is a circle or whatever. But if you've ever seen the horizon, surely you know it's horizontal, not a circle.
if you're normal, yeah.
Yeah, those the people out there today. They loved it.
Yeah, or you can say, look, I heard a couple of people tell me that level is a circle. It's a sphere. Well, not a sphere, a circle. They say, yeah. And then when they finish looking at you funny, you can say, look, I didn't say it. Somebody told me that.
Askin's got a good one. He says, if proofs were possible, Fata Morganas would be globe proof. I'm sure.
Nice one.
Yeah. Well, I think we do have that wrote into Imaginometry. All evidence is evidence of globe. Even evidence that is counter to the globe is evidence for the globe. It's all built into Imaginometry. It's built into the axioms and postulates. All sorts of answers that you ever need lie within Imaginometry. We're getting plenty of these bots. They never stop, do they? There must be lonely people out there. Lots of lonely people.
Isn't that a Beatles song?
Right, I'll stop this. I'm going to have to make these into videos, aren't I?
Yeah,
thank you very
videos.
much for joining. That's good. It's asking God. Imaginometry. What a night. What a day. We started off the day with the car breaking down or going into limp mode. and then ended up with Fata Morganas. I like the infrared one with the filter. He said he put it in moon mode, so there will be different colours, won't there? Not the moon mode with the different colours that you can put it through within the filters.
Moon mode, really?
Yeah, if you know
that would open up for more light, I would imagine.
I don't know. I don't know. It has a few different colours, doesn't it? Blue, green, red, yellow. I think there's an orange one. Purple. It's only a P1000. What do you want? No, I think he's done really well. He did say he really struggled finding a way to dim the brightness that was coming from the sun through the infrared, even with the filter on it.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think there'd be any way without the filter to look at the sun with an infrared camera. I don't know.
Yeah, I was wondering whether there's an even stronger one, or whether there's some sort of a special one for the sun. But I mean, if it looks like he's got it with the like an internal camera thing as well.
Would be good with a true solar filter as well. One of those sheets. You can buy one of those sheets. Try it with that. It's literally like a piece of paper.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm quite impressed with my lad, right? In all of this, he's got the row bottom 8 inches on the canal. We've done the Wallace, and now we're ready and equipped for the rumpus. Bedford, like with everything's been tested, we can find a way to manipulate this camera so we can get actual raw footage, but raw footage that everyone can see. It's not been manipulated. It's not been put through any. I mean, there's probably loads more we can find within that once he starts messing about with it. If I can get him to put it on the computer and sort all of that stuff out, get some sort of a Lightroom package or whatever. But he'll hopefully, with the camera, with the photography thing. So yeah, well done. Thank you, my son, for filming that. Some of the best footage.
Yeah, the kid's a natural.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
He does have to go into college and sign up for his photography thing. But yeah, I think that's he's a natural. The P1000's fucking massive camera though, isn't it? Can you imagine trying to do that, walk around with one of those things?
I think that's why they made the 950.
Yeah. Yeah. So if anybody's only just joining, you've missed some Fata Morgana recorded live while we were doing the show. I mean, I'll have to go over the footage with you guys so you can hear the conversation that I had with the people. And it's good, right? Because I've seen 4, 5, I think 6 Fata Morganas now with these cameras. And to be able to talk to people. So again, everybody that's helped us here with all of this stuff, everybody in the server, everybody that's been in the server that isn't in here now, particularly Raven, thank you very much, Raven, has taught me to be to be able to talk about these things that I have experience in. And thank you very much. It's a wonderful experience being able to explain these things to people and see and listen to them, be amazed by it. Literally, the guy that was there watching it tonight with us, they'll never be able to do that again. They'll never have a camera. They'll never be in a position to be there watching a Fata Morgana as it occurs. A natural phenomena that not many people get to see. Oh, we've got some people again, have we? The trolls are in active form.
Can
tonight.
you hurry up and shut it down, and then I can tell you who it is, and you'd be surprised because it's not hundreds of people, it's just 2 butthurt people.
Yeah.
One
obviously.
male, one female,
Oh,
and this is all they do. And I know exactly who they are.
nice. Okie dokie. Well, I'm guessing I'd like to go into an after show anyway, an AA session live. So if you'd like to come into the Discord and maybe catch up on a little bit of gossip with Emma, yeah, come on in. Let me get this Buster song. Unless Buster's home and live wanting to do that now. No, I'll get another one ready. Ooh. One chance. We've not had that for a while. Okay, anybody got any sorry, you were?
Oh no, I'm not. I wish I was. I would do it.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. We're doing a one chance anyway. One of my favourite, not heard it for a while. Anybody got any final words? Or anything?
Just wanted to say that this was great footage.
Thank you.
Pleasure to watch this.
Yeah, it may have been a bit hard. Thanks for putting up at the beginning, and you covered for us very well while I was driving to get there. Thank you. Yeah, thank you everybody else for being here and doing whatever. Without you guys, I wouldn't be going live. So, and the trolls, thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys. You know who you are. Thanks for the views, and we'll see you with the tomorrow. It will be a similar sort of thing. We will be going out once again and filming this and hoping, fingers crossed, for another Fata Morgana live. But it is Free for All Friday tomorrow. Thank you very much. This has been a Euclid night all about the horizontal paradox. Film live, natural phenomena. Thank you for joining, and see you tomorrow.
I have enough confidence in the things that I know. I have enough wisdom to see the logic will be shown. I got one chance. Show one chance to show I'm confident or not. Self-evident reason, deductions and conclusions, and the fools are running away. It's not what you say, it's only what you can prove. You better watch your step, you better mind your P's and Q's. You got one chance, show me what you got. You got one chance, show you confident or not. Don't get caught in the matrix of all of these fakers. Society spinning, and I'm just here living on the ground. Self-evident reason, deductions and conclusions, logically thinking, and the fools are running away. You're flipping over backwards to show me where you think you are. Your model dictates that you never see too far. Shrinking in the distance, you can do fuck all with